What's up, guys, and welcome back to the most inconsistent channel on booktube, where I upload, maybe once a month. So 2022 has been a really good reading year. I will have actually some more videos out, kind of wrapping up, doing the top 10 list, all of that stuff, all of the fun stuff we look forward to at the end of every year. But for now, we are going to look forward to 2023 and some series that I will be either finishing or starting in next year, in the new year. So, as you can tell, I got a pretty big stack here. And these are just mostly book ones. So, yeah. Big things coming next year. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all of them, but as of now, these are the plans. We'll start with rereads, because I do have 2 planned series rereads next year. Of course, starting January 1st, I will be reading Game of Thrones, the first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. I have not read at least the first 2 books since I was 11, 12. So yeah, I'm looking at reading these with a new light, a new frame of mind. I did reread a couple books this year that I had read, like 10 years ago, and it was just a completely different experience. So interested to see how my feelings change towards at least the first 2 books in A Song of Ice and Fire. And then also, I know Jimmy wants to reread the First Law trilogy, just the first one, so I figured I would probably do that as well. I don't know when this will be, just whenever he decides to do it. Because this is really kind of what got me back into reading a lot. So, yeah. First Law by Joe Abercrombie. I have no clue when this will be, but I love this series so much. Not so much the standalones, but the 2 trilogies I really like. So yeah, we'll be doing that eventually, and I'll probably do the pacey narrations for these once again. Okay, now moving into some let's see, we got 2 series here that I have started that I will be wrapping up next year. The first one is Farseer. Next year I plan to do at least through liveship. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do anything more than that, because goddamn, there's a lot. There's 16 books and I don't really want to do all of them. So yeah, I will at least be doing Farseer and Liveship Traders, which is part of the overall Realm of the Elderlings series by Rob and Hobb, of course. I did start Assassin's Apprentice, and I'm about 100 pages through it. So yeah, hopefully I can knock this out by the end of the month, and maybe do Royal Assassin in January. But January's looking kind of stacked, so who knows. And then I will be finishing up The Wheel of Time next year. I am currently on book 6. I'm about 250-ish pages through this. There is 14 books, and I still have to go through the slog. But currently, the plans are to finish The Wheel of Time. I really have just The Wheel of Time and Realm of the Elderlings, as far as like the really big series go, left, because I did finish The Crippled God. I know I didn't make a video, but I am working on a video about that, so I don't know when that'll be, but I am working on it. But yeah, Wheel of Time, plan to finish this series next year. Probably just gonna be doing 1 a month. I still need to finish this in December, so hopefully I can get that done and then move on to the slog. And then next year, of course, I've finished the Malazan Book of the Fallen. So I plan to tackle the novels of the Malazan Empire, which is the Esslemont side of Malazan. This is book 1, Knight of Knives. I do have Return of the Crimson Guard. So I do still need to get the rest of them. But yeah, Novels of the Malazan Empire. I'm interested to see how esslemont tackles these locations and characters and themes. I don't know if he's really big on the themes. I would assume he is. But yeah, we'll see. I know there's some answers that we didn't get in Book of the Fallen that are in this series. So really looking forward to that. That'll probably be in the second half of the year. So yeah. And then, of course, I'm going to be doing Dresden Files. My plan is to read probably the first 2 with my eyeballs, and then move on to audio. I am on chapter 7 of Stormfront. I definitely started this book over a year ago, and I read like 5 chapters, and then I just recently read the chapter 6. But yeah, I will be making my way through this series. I know they're pretty easy to get through on audio, so once I move to audio only for this series, I should be able to plow through it pretty quickly. And then, of course, we have the Shogun read-along that has now been extended to a 3-month read-along for this one book, because it is ridiculously huge. This thing is friggin' heavy. So yeah, I will be stretching Shogun across 3 months, January, February, and March of 2023, and then I believe we are going to be doing Taipan after Shogun. And of course, this is part of the Asian Saga by James Clavell, and I figured, if I'm doing this one and I plan on doing Taipan, I will probably attempt to read all of them. So yeah, these are some huge books, and I'm really looking forward to getting into these. This is a book I've wanted to read for a long time, so yeah. And I will be starting Black Company. Some of my favorite parts of Malazan Book of the Fallen were with the Marines, and I know this is kind of in that same vein, not like totally the same, but the Marine portions were really a hit for me, and this is kind of like that. So I've heard. I don't know, I haven't read it, but I will be doing the first book in January. It's not too long, it's only like 200 pages, at least in this edition. So yeah, I'll be trying to tackle the Black Company, or at least starting it next year. And then the man, Tad the Chad Williams. I will be doing at least Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn next year. I believe starting in May. And then I know Two Green Angel Tower is split up into 2 months. But yeah, after seeing Tad on Chatting with Nuts, this is a series I've wanted to read for a while, but after listening to that interview and everything with him, got me way more interested in Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn and his other works, more specifically Otherland, that I would also like to get to. So yeah, I know it's kind of like kind of like a bridge between classic and modern fantasy, and yeah, just hearing him talk about how he views a lot of things and how articulate he is in his speech makes me really excited to tackle that. And I know that will be a read-along on the Grimoire Discord. I believe it's hosted by Alex at Tall Guy Reads. So yeah. And then for now, the last thing I have planned is the Century Trilogy by Ken Follett. I have read Pillars of the Earth and World Without End, which are the first 2 Kingsbridge books, and I will probably finish those up next year. But this is the first book, Fall of Giants, and the Century Trilogy follows, I believe it is 5 different families over the course of the entire 1900s, pretty much all of World War I, World War II, and stuff like that. So yeah, really interested in some good old historical fiction, and these books are also pretty big. I will most likely be doing these on audio, because the John Lee narrations for Pillars of the Earth and World Without End were pretty good in my opinion. So, and I know he does these, so yeah, I will be looking forward to that. That pretty much wraps up the series I at least plan on starting and or finishing next year. Let me know down in the comments what you plan on reading next year as far as series go. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.